Matters of public importance, I call the member for Borton-Hills.
Thank you, Mr Acting Speaker. Like all members of this House, I believe that we should be good custodians of the earth. I believe that Biodiversity Month is a great opportunity for us as a parliament and for the people of New South Wales to ensure that those that are inheriting our environment understand the need for us to maintain it and to pass it on in a better state than we inherited it. But Mr Deputy Speaker, I'm horrified when I stand up here and hear the political dribble from those opposite as if to say they have the moral high ground when it comes to the environment. Because, Mr Deputy Speaker, we have just heard from the member for Oatley, who quite rightly identified the fact that it was a federal Liberal government that introduced and appointed the first Minister for the Environment. Mr Deputy Speaker, what the member for Oatley was not able to say in his allotted time is that this chamber was the home of the very Premier, Tom Lewis, who introduced Royal National Parks into this state. It was a Liberal government, Tom Lewis, who introduced the notion of the national park. And I believe that those members of this House who want to present themselves and their environmental credentials need to read history and make sure that the appropriate level of recognition is given. Mr Acting Speaker, it was Nick Greiner who introduced the Environmental Protection Authority. It was Nick Greiner and Wal Murray, on election to this House as forming a government in 1988, who formed the EPA. Those opposite, while they made all sorts of promises for the years that they were in government, when Bob Carr himself was the Environment Minister, failed to make a jurisdiction like the EPA where the environment would actually be protected. Mr Deputy Speaker, I hear those opposite talk about trees and Anzac Parade. What they don't tell you is that the ultimate benefit of the Anzac Parade redevelopment, the ultimate beneficiaries of those living along Anzac Parade will be better, cheaper, more reliable public transport, which one would hope will see cars off the road, less carbon dioxide into our environment. I don't understand how you would be opposed to turning a public thoroughfare into a public rail network is a bad thing. Isn't that what we in cities want to do? Isn't that what we in cities need to do, is to introduce public sector, public transport, which will make it more environmentally friendly for those who are required to use public transport. And I hear the member for Summer Hill interrupting. I suspect she has never spent a day on a farm. I suspect she has never spent a day on a farm, because if she did, she would know that farmers are the best environmentalists. Farmers are the best environmentalists. Why? Because they rely on the very soil that they toil for their living. So if they're opposed to farming, if they think they're so much better than those of us on this side of us, they need to go and read history and understand full well that this is the natural party, this is the natural side of the parliament for protecting the environment.